Are you ready to dive into the world of anime and discover the top 10 endings that fans absolutely adore? Let's begin. As an anime enthusiast, you know the joy of settling down every week to watch a great series. But when it comes to an end, it can be both sad and sweet. Uh, an anime's conclusion can evoke a range of emotions such as sorrow, hope, or joy, providing fans with a final poignant experience. Uh, Crafting an ending that leaves fans satisfied is no easy feat. In creating a tale, numerous aspects must be taken into account, such as where the audience desires the narrative to progress, while adhering to the creator's initial concept. It is crucial to resolve any lingering questions, remain faithful to the story's central themes and characters, and offer a satisfying conclusion to the viewers. So, without further ado, let's explore the 10 most brilliant endings in the annals of anime history. Uh, but first, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Um, uh, Code Geass's Lelouch of the Rebellion, um, and uh, Death Note. Um, I can't talk about uh, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. For Samurai Champloo, 5, Cowboy Bebop, 6, Mob Psycho 100, 7, Monster 8, 7, 6, Naruto Shippuden, Steins Gate, Paintings, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Now let's dive into each of these amazing endings. Spoiler warning, given the nature of this list, major anime spoilers ahead for each entry. Alyss 6, Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion. In the realm of anime, few characters are as cunningly intelligent as the protagonist in Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion. The conclusion of this series is a fitting climax, reflecting Lelouch's far-reaching vision and resourcefulness. As the story unfolds, viewers witness Lelouch treading a path that becomes progressively stained with blood. Eventually, he appears to transition into the antagonist of the series, even causing his previous allies to turn against him. Unexpectedly, Lelouch takes his own life in a public spectacle, sacrificing himself to be remembered as the embodiment of evil. This act paved the way for the world to strive towards genuine peace. Although the sequel anime, Code Geass Lelouch of the Resurrection, briefly resurrected Lelouch and allowed him to return as Zero, the original ending still stands out as the most fitting conclusion to his story. Bades, Death Note. Similar to Lelouch, Light is another exceptionally intelligent protagonist driven to alter the world. Unlike Lelouch, though, Light's genius is tainted by the Death Note, causing him to disregard his own ethical standards and develop a sense of divinity. This transformation solidifies his infamy, but ultimately paves the way for his downfall. Right? So, despite facing opposition from near, Light maintains his unwavering belief in his own moral perfection. However, it's Matsuda who ends up shooting him. Wounded, Light escapes the scene, but Ryuk records his name in his book, concluding Light's tale in Death Note as a stark reminder of his mortality. 3, 8, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. In the final scenes of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, it's often praised as one of the greatest anime endings ever. And rightly so, though the story has its fair share of heart-wrenching scenes, the conclusion offers a mix of sadness and joy. The central character, Edward Elric, shows an incredible act of love by foregoing alchemy, the very thing he cherished for his brother's sake, demonstrating that family bonds are more important than any form of knowledge or power. And, in essence, this conclusion proves to be correct and ties up the story nicely. Ed's unwillingness to acknowledge the natural laws of human lifespan led to the initial calamity that claimed the lives of the brothers. However, his understanding that he is just a man and deciding to lead a humble life with the woman he adores is all he has ever been. 4, Samurai Champloo, in contrast to many anime series where the main characters end up together and content, Samurai Champloo deviates from this norm. After 25 episodes of Mugen, Jin, and Fu traveling as a team, the final episode of the series sees them parting ways, each embarking on their separate journeys. Although it may seem unconventional, this can be understood because Samurai Champloo's conclusion doesn't mark the end, but rather the beginning of each character's personal voyage. And despite never getting to witness these journeys, it's undeniably
A mix of sweetness and sadness.
However, the show Samurai Champloo shatters the conventional happily ever after notion, teaching us that life continues, whether or not someone is there to share it with you. The purpose of Friends isn't to spend eternity together, but to learn and grow from the moments spent together. For enthusiasts of Samurai Champloo's Shinichiro Watanabe, you'll discover that his signature style of extraordinary or flawless anime endings not only follows this series, but also predates it all, that you can make. 5. Cowboy Bebop. In a bustling future filled with criminal activity, the main character from Cowboy Bebop, named Spike Spiegel, earns his living by capturing bounties. Along the way, he gathers an unusual group of companions. However, when remnants of his past as a member of the Red Dragon crime syndicate resurface, Spike finds himself grappling with its consequences, engaging in my last fight against the ruthless syndicate chief Vicious, the very man who took away my beloved Julia. This showdown holds a deeply personal significance, Ed, for me. I do know that they are feeling with safety, contrary to my casual demeanor, the intensity of this conflict couldn't be more palpable. The end of our struggle, while bitterly sweet, finds me surrendering to death, having avenged the one I adored. Yeah, 6. Okay. Mob Psycho 100. In a perpetual struggle to keep his intense feelings under control, Mob, a potent psychic, lives in a continuous state of emotional restraint. One day, gathering the strength to reveal his true feelings to Tsubomi Takane, he puts himself in harm's way, saving a child from danger. Tragically, as he does so, a car strikes him, and the ensuing trauma, amplified by his emotional sensitivity, pushes him into an unrestrained fury. Without realizing the harm he's inflicting, Mob is approached by both friends and enemies, all trying to halt him. However, it's Mob's teacher, Reigen Arataka, who bravely confronts Mob to verify Mob's suspicions about Reigen's dishonesty that eventually brings Mob back to his senses. Once the biggest falsehood between Mob and Reigen is exposed, Mob then confesses his feelings for him, only to be turned down, but learns more about his own emotions in the process. 7. When Dr. Tenma performs emergency surgery on a boy who was wounded in the head, this act initiates a series of events that eventually lead him face to face with the ruthless serial killer Johann in secret of. In this encounter, Johann gestures towards his own head, daring Tenma pull the trigger and end the life he once saved. However, being a man of integrity, Tenma is unable to carry out such an act. Rather than the main character taking the shot, it's a secondary character who does so. And in an impressively clever display of looping narrative structure, Tenma intervenes once more to save Johann's life. This time, there's an attempt to not only rescue Johann physically, but also to help him confront the malevolent aspect within himself. In the concluding moments of Monster, Johann manages to flee the hospital. And it appears as though he has ceased his murderous spree. Naruto Shippuden. The conclusion of Naruto Shippuden exceeded the expectations of fans, offering a rich and fulfilling narrative beyond the manga's ending. Instead of concluding Naruto and Sasuke's tale with their reconciliation, the anime extended it to showcase the build-up to Naruto's wedding day, and this captivating storyline was particularly gratifying because it highlighted every side character reminiscing on the profound influence Naruto had on their lives as they presented him with thoughtful gifts. Although opinions may differ about the quality of Boruto Next Generation's initial story, it's challenging to dispute the emotional impact and resolution delivered by this finale. Reframing the sentence, the manner in which the story concluded allowed fans to nostalgically reminisce alongside the characters from the anime. Naruto's wedding symbolized his growth from a young boy into an adult, preparing to establish his own family. Although it was heartfelt to say goodbye to the teenage Naruto we grew fond of, the moment when Naruto asked Eureka to be his father at the wedding was one of the anime's most poignant scenes for longtime viewers. 9. Steins Gate. after accidentally creating a device that allows time travel, Wintaro Okabe finds himself trapped in a distressing cycle where, regardless of his actions, his childhood friend Mayuri meets an untimely end. The solution to this predicament, leaping into another reality, but such action leads to the demise of his beloved Kurisu Makise. Ultimately, to preserve both Mayuri and Kurisu, Okabe comes up with an emergency solution where Kurisu keeps her life, but loses all memory of it. Yet, the anime unexpectedly provides a different conclusion as Okabe and Kurisu cross paths once more at the episode's end. And when Okabe recalls his old pet name for her, it stirs memories from alternate realities in Kurisu, transforming what could have been a melancholic ending into an ecstatic finale that fans might have wished for, which is automatic Neon Genesis Evangelion, despite some people finding the conclusion of Neon Genesis Evangelion less than satisfying. It remains a powerfully crafted and influential culmination of the narrative. In the final moments, Shinji defeats the last angel, triggering the Human Instrumentality Project. This initiative aims to unify all human consciousnesses into one entity. If successful, humanity's troubles would vanish. However, individuals would lose the opportunity for personal growth through their mistakes. 14-year-old Shinji grapples with a difficult situation. He questions the value of his life, and his low self-esteem influences his view of the world around him. However, Shinji comes to understand that his perception is simply that, a perception from and through his thoughts, he holds the ability to alter his reality, right? This realization serves as a powerful lesson, not only for Shinji, but also for us viewers. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.